Hello! Starting with my voice breaking. Hello! And welcome to episode 2 of chapter 2 of Dangerous Cults and Where to Find Them. With me, I have our wonderful cast. Let's start with a little round of introduction. Eric, would you like to begin?
Yeah, sure. Hi, my name is Eric. I also go by the tag RakeMakes on Instagram. I do props and cosplay, stuff like that. I'm also part of the Mittermix cosplay duo. And I'm playing the Frenchman Marcel Ep.2, who was introduced in the last episode, so I'm pretty fresh in the group. He just kind of woke up like this, so to speak. He's happy to be here, for now.
Yay! For now, that's not wrong at all.
He's a charming parapsychologist, and hopefully he will be of use to the group. We'll see.
Rick.
Hello everybody, my name is Rick. I'm very happy to be here. I play the indefatigable, that's a word apparently, Archie Theodore Burnell. There was a longer name, but I can't remember!
Theodore? I thought it was Jonathan.
Depends which country. And yeah, Archie is, skill set, how do I say? He's the hero of this story. You're welcome. Next.
Yeah.
Sure, yes.
Teddy.
My name is Teddy, and also known as Professor Teddy in. I'll be playing the Australian-French soldier, Sergeant Thomas Cooper. Hopefully he'll get to shoot stuff soon.
Hey!
In a while.
One can hope.
I mean, Archie is looking very targetable today.
Hey! Just today. Whatever.
And finally, Ivy.
Yes. Hi, my name's Ivy. I feel like I stepped into something. And I'm known as Ihadra, basically anywhere on social media. I'm everywhere I don't have a life. And I play Peggy Andrews, the socialite lady detective that's always there to save the day. And doesn't have to shoot anyone for it. Or trick someone out of their money, or speak French at them. She's just all around a rounded person that succeeds at everything.
Should we feel called out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't think she needs us, guys. Let's just go.
Lovely. Thank you so much. So, last time, we all boarded the Mauritania, a luxury cruiser that is headed from New York Harbor and all the way to London, across the Atlantic. And you all had a little bit of socializing and even a dance and some food, and spotted a suspicious looking priest. Also bumped into a very rich looking most likely Russian aristocrat of some sort. And we wrapped things up last time as Marcel and Thomas Cooper were headed down to the lower decks following this somewhat suspicious looking priest.
Okay.
What?
Before we begin, you know that drawing? Has Marcel showed it to people in game?
Yes, I believe so.
I want him to show it off. Can we bully him into showing it off?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Marcel has absolutely no idea what's going on. He's just excited, thinking this is like what he wants is something fun to do, and people are like cults. They think they are fish people. So he drew a little sketch of the fish people, the deep ones, based on the description that was given to him. It looks like this. Like so. And he has found it really, really cool because this can't be real.
What
He has
sort of fish?
PTSD when she sees the drawing.
Name that
Definitely.
Pokemon! Do-do-do!
Marcell makes more sketches, but he draws them with mustaches and top hats and
I,
everything.
I'm so glad we're on a ship while getting the theme fish people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some water never hurt anyone.
Oh, the problem.
Exactly.
Wait, what? That's the
Also,
theme?
for those who might be new here or watching this later on, we have a Discord server for Color Dice where you can get access to our clue board, which is kept by our wonderful Lutragem here, who is the mistress of clues, and also the
Clustress.
creator of Aoife, who is Archie's assistant.
Secretary.
Secretary. Yeah. And if you want to join it, you can click the link that I am posting in the chat now. We also play Valheim on Wednesdays, so if you want to join that server, you can also do that on the Discord. And it's generally a lot of socializing and wonderful people, so please feel free to join. With all of that said, let us delve in to today's episode, Conspiratory Currents. So, we are headed below Deck A, all the way down to Deck E.
It's like third base for sailors. Boom! Alright.
And Marcell and Thomas followed this kind of shabby-looking priest down to Deck E. They've managed to go unnoticed so far, and standing outside the door to cabin, was it 53E?
That's what I wrote.
Yeah.
I just wrote cabin 53. I'm not sure if it was the correct one.
Probably was. You wrote it down, and I didn't, so it's probably correct.
Oh, Eric. Just as a tip from old serving to the new generation, always check to see if the door's open before you try and lockpick it. Okay?
Yeah.
Hashtag
kick it in.
True.
passed on the wisdom.
And standing outside the door to this cabin, they've been able to hear somewhat muffled conversation in a language they can only surmise to be Russian, which neither of them speaks. So, that is where we left off. And, yeah, you are still on Deck E. The corridors here are a world apart from the gilded hallways on Deck A. You can hear the machinery below in these corridors quite a lot more than you can in certain spots. Upstairs on Deck A, you can kind of get hints of it here and there, but it's quite muffled because you're so high above it, and here you are really down with all the common folk and the people who can't afford the luxuries of first class. Thus, the noise levels are higher. The air is damper, and well, the walls are not as nice and yeah, fancy as upstairs. There aren't no pretty rugs on the floor, and yeah, it's generally just shabbier down here. What do? You're standing outside the door.
What do you think we should do?
I have no idea. I can't understand bloody Russian.
Do you know anyone who can speak Russian?
I mean, my closest bet would be Archie, but I never heard him speak Russian.
Let's see. Is there like a keyhole or a porthole on the door?
Yes,
look inside?
there is. There is a
I wish to
keyhole.
look inside. I wish to look in through the keyhole.
Okay. Roll a spot hidden.
That's a 16. Ooh, that's good.
Oh. It's very difficult to see anything. And at first you think that it's got one of those little sliders in front of the keyhole. Because it's just dark. And then suddenly your vision is no longer obscured and you realise that someone's been standing in front of it.
Pretty again.
You can't see much. It's a small room, but you can make out there's definitely at least 2 people in there, possibly 3. It's a little bit difficult to see. But as you stand there for a little while, you can hear that there's definitely 3 different voices.
Mr. Cooper, I think there is at least 3 people in there.
It's hard to catch details through a little keyhole, but you see the person who was blocking the keyhole was likely the priest you followed, because he was wearing dark robes. The other person that you can make out, it looks like it's a he, and he's wearing kind of workers' class clothes, you know, a well-worn shirt, and he's got worn trousers from the looks of it, and suspenders, and that's all you can really make out.
What do you say, Monsieur Cooper? Do we wait to see what happens? Or do we knock?
Is there any sort of hiding places nearby? Like
Not-
corridors or corners?
There are plenty of corridors and corners, but not specifically hiding places that you can see. It's mainly corridors and doors leading to staircases up,
Bulkheads.
and some closed doors at either end of this quite long corridor.
What about
Is
bulkheads?
any of the doors looking like that
About
it's not
what?
a cabin?
Is it
Is any
bulkheads?
of the doors not like
Right here.
a closet or something?
Sorry.
Is any of the doors not a cabin?
You don't know. They're all closed.
Is one not numbered then? If I look around a little bit.
Good question.
I tried to look for a closet or something like that. Utility, storage, something.
Let's see.
Marcel is really good at finding like secluded places where you can be in private.
There are, but they look like typical. They look like the door that you went through to get to the stairs. So the doors at either end of the corridor are not numbered, and there is one more door that is closed in the end of a T section. So you're kind of standing on the upper bar of a T section, if you will. So you're in this corridor, and then there's a corridor going down here and a door at the end of it.
And I'm gonna suggest we hide in the corridor leading away from the way we came in. So I gesture to Cooper that if we can go around the corners, we can still see the door.
Yeah.
To the cabin.
The T shape is like this, and the door to the cabin where they are is like here. So you're standing here, and then there's a corridor down there. So they wouldn't be able to see you if you went down there. And you came in at the other end of that T-shaped corridor, so you've not been down here.
Monsieur Cooper, sit! Allez, allez.
And I gesture and hide, and I'm like giggling like a like a little child, because I think this is so exciting.
We're practically the private entities, are we not?
I mean, Peggy would probably call us sleuths or something.
But if, how you say, if shit hits the fan, are you armed? Or can you handle yourself in a fisticuff?
Fisticuff.
Cooper tries his best not to laugh out loud, just sniggering to himself, and lifts up his jacket where one of his revolvers is hanging. Of course.
Sacre bleu! You are not kidding, my friend.
Also, he pulls off his pant leg where he has strapped his knife.
You don't have to undress in front of your new friend.
Well, Monsieur Cooper, at least buy me dinner first.
I'm sorry, are we all there?
No.
Because obviously Peggy would be like, nothing, let's just watch. And Archie would be right beside her.
Peggy produces like a soda cup from the 50s for some reason, and like slowly. Like that, perfect, like that.
There we go. Yeah. There we go.
Took me a second.
Should we hide
Yeah. How long do you stay there?
until we get hungry, I guess?
I mean, how much did you eat before you left?
Well, a few nibbles, I think. I say wait like 20 minutes. No?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You wait 20 minutes. There isn't really much sound. It seems that you may have spooked him a bit, and that he's decided to lay low for a while. So after 20 minutes, there's no movement. No one's going out from that cabin, and it's generally quiet. The only thing that you can hear as a constant sound is the sound from the machinery below.
Oh, bloody hell. I would really like to know who the other guys were.
So this man in what are you call worker outfit? He looks like he does not belong in first class. But this priest, it's weird for a priest to be sharing a cabin, no?
Yeah. And if he shares it with two other guys, that's
Well, I am not judging.
No.
People do what people do.
I've shared tent with more people than that.
But we are getting nowhere fast here. Do you have any suggestion, Monsieur Cooper?
I mean, we could try. We could give up now and see if we can spot him again. It's not like he can run away from the ship.
Yes, it's true. I was a little disappointed. I was hoping for some sort of big revelation.
I mean,
Mystery.
we could always try to knock.
And I suppose if they have nothing to hide.
Shall we?
What would be your excuse?
Why were you obviously spying on the dinner party?
Well, I suppose. What harm can he done?
Well,
Or should we ask your compatriots? At least you should know where we are right now.
That's a good point.
Yes, I think we go back. In that case,
boo.
just to let you know where we are.
Anyway, we could just speak to them about it. We know where he keeps himself. We could always come back.
You can always like if you know you are how you say a man of action. I can just walk over there and knock knock, and you can stay here to see in case I am how you say accosted. then you can intervene, no?
Sure.
Okay, see, I can see if I can ask them what, and I fix my tie, of course. What, well, if they have any nefarious deeds in plan.
All right, let's try that.
Okay. I guess Marcell
Shut
just walks over,
first.
Yeah.
because he doesn't. He is just excited that this is like a cool mystery thing.
He's gonna get killed.
Yeah. Nah, Cooper so much.
Cooper's gonna get killed.
So Marcell knocks on the door.
Yeah. You hear some shuffling. And you hear some muffled voices. And then the sound of someone fiddling with the lock on the door. And it cracks open just a little bit.
Before that, I look over to Cooper and go,
You see the face of that priest peek out, and it's kind of just a small gap like this, and he peeks out and is like,
Bonjour, monsieur. I hope I am not interrupting.
"What do you want?"
I noticed you in the ballroom. You looked at you. Were trying to get some attention. No, you looked like you were startled.
Who you?
Oh, pardon me. My name is Marcel Dubois. Et toi? Et toi? Your name? No?
Every time.
What's your business?
Yeah, I was simply wondering what. How you say? You looked frightened when I tried to make approach you. No? It's. Are you all right, sir? No?
I feeling, how you say, sick of the sea.
Oh, c'est comme ceci. Ah, je comprends, je comprends.
Yes.
You see, I'm sort of like a counselor. If you want, I could assist you. I'm trying to make a profile of the ship of, well, people who are weak to the waves, so to speak.
I not need your help.
No? That's. I suppose that is fine. Well,
He kind of looks you up and down as if he's measuring.
I try to
you.
look into the room a bit.
He kind
if I
of
can see it first.
moves to block it.
Are you all right, sir? I try to turn my head to see if I can hear something in there.
What is your business?
I'm merely concerned if you are all right, sir. No?
I stated I do fine.
You do fine. Okay, okay. I shall return to the ballroom then. I was merely concerned citizen, so to speak, on the ocean.
He seems to sort of like... You're used to reading people, so it's not hard to pick up that it seems like he suddenly remembers something, and he just like narrows his eyes and then is like, God be with... Yes.
God be with yes, yes.
Good night.
I suppose it's good night.
And he
Bonsoir.
closes the door.
Okay. I look over to Cooper and signal stay, and I loudly walk back towards the door to the stairs. Very loudly.
Clever.
All right. Meanwhile, up on deck A, Peggy and Archie are at dinner. And
What time is it at the moment? Is this still the
So
same
the
place as
other
yesterday?
people,
it's probably around 8 o'clock.
Evening?
Yeah, evening. Let's see.
I think Evie was asking who else is at the party with us as well, I think. Is that right?
Yes, you're sitting. If I remember correctly, you are seated near the table of Professor Fulda and his students. They're sitting nearby you, and the widow and her entourage of one is also sitting at a table near you on the other side of your table. The Russian aristocrat is also there at his own table and seems to have his own, as mentioned last time, food taster and some more of his bodyguards around him. So yeah, and there are plenty of other people. It seems like most of the first class passengers are seated or littered around tables here in this quite huge room.
Is there music?
Yes, there is absolutely music.
Is
there
it
is
really loud?
no, it's pleasant, low key music. There is a pianist playing some light background music for you to enjoy, but it's nothing like pressing. It's just as background music while you enjoy your food.
A local black metal band or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Local in the middle of the ocean.
If I was gonna say if it's okay, but yeah. I imagine that Peggy's still talking about the deep ones with the students of the girl student, wasn't it? There was one or two. That was really.
Yeah, that was, I think, at lunch.
Yeah.
Because you are seated at different tables now.
Ah, okay,
Because you're
right.
seated with the people that you've booked in with, so to say.
So, Peggy and Archie are sitting at the table for 4 people, but there's only 2, and it's kind of empty.
Yeah, yeah. Well, a bit more, because Aoife and Lisa are there. And also there was an extra chair for Marcel.
Right. So it's not like an awkward big table with 2 people. There's 4 people, and it's not as
there is 4 people. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's not very obvious that there are people missing from our group.
I mean, how big is Cooper? It's bloody obvious.
Yeah, so it's two out of 6 people have left the table.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm guessing that at least Aoife and Lisa have been updated on the events and information that has been gathered.
Yep. Fire battery,
Yeah.
pretty.
And such, but right now, what are you doing? Because we're going to pick up where as Thomas and Marcel leave. And you're
Well, I or Peggy would like to just look around the room to see if there's any more interesting persons.
The
Yes,
Russian. There's the Russian nobility, isn't it?
Yeah.
The aristocrats.
yes.
like get an overview of everyone. If the interesting people that have already been noticed, if there is anything going on, anyone reading from a book or being shady or just being very loud, like just scoping the room, kind of.
Not really. This is kind of like your habitat, if you will.
Ooh.
You feel very at home in the situation because it's a classy dinner party, if is the closest you can get, with a lot of new people. There aren't any familiar faces per se, but you can see by the way people dress and act that these are definitely people with a lot of money in their pockets.
Well, I know. Peggy will be trying to talk with Aoife was at the table, right?
Yes.
Yes, about very enthusiastically about shoes.
With Aoife.
Yes.
I suspect that Peggy will quickly pick up a very clear indication that Aoife has a very limited interest in shoes.
Oh, but she will still continue.
And I think Aoife will, because it's Peggy, politely let her. And give the odd,
Like, seriously? For real?
quite.
I'm sitting right in front of you, and that's what you're doing? That's... Wow. Alright then.
Is Archie being given the silent treatment?
No, Peggy just really wants to talk about something she's interested in, and not think about that they're in the middle of the ocean, maybe surrounded by deep ones, and just, no, shoes are a brilliant topic, because I can talk about it for hours, and people don't have to respond.
Deep ones don't exist.
Well, having worked for Archie before, it is also clear. Archie, you spot this. This is the face that Aoife puts on when she is quietly doing a lot of work in her head, like, mentally cataloguing information and sorting through her filing system whenever Archie goes off on some sort of long triad that she has absolutely zero interest in, but she has perfected the art of looking mildly interested whilst not really. It's a sort of like going in the air out the other thing. Yeah. Aoife is probably also that person who can sleep with her eyes open if need be. So, Archie, what are you doing?
He's being very churlish at the moment because he's obviously aware that Peggy is. Actually, no, I don't think he knows that what's going on in her head right now. But as far as he sees it, she is giving him the silent treatment and ignoring him, and this is the worst thing you can do to Archie. You could use physical water torture. You could do anything, but giving him the silent treatment. That's at a whole other level. That's harsh. So after scratching his cutlery across the plate a few times, and then just kind of deliberately killing the bread with his knife, like piston action, and looking at Aoife and noticing the discomfort there, and then finding some joy from it. Yeah, he gets up and goes over to where the Russian is. You know, the nobility.
Oh, there is very little discomfort in Aoife's face.
Sure,
she's just like, yeah, whatever.
I would
But,
imagine that to
yeah.
be discomfort of a kind, but sure. But yeah, I think Archie's just going to get bored and go and try and get his neck into trouble again.
Oh dear.
Because
Okay.
this is his reaction to being
Tell
ignored.
her what I got paid attention to.
I'd like to say this is what my character would
You
do, but
get
this is what I do.
halfway towards the Russian's table when you're met by a waiter. Is there anything I can help you with, sir? Is there anything the matter? Do you need the restroom?
Well,
or directions?
Do I look like a man who needs the restroom? I mean, I have a limp, but that's... Anyway, the very blitzing-looking individual over there, what's his deal? Points to the Russian.
Oh, it is not my place to divulge information about other patients.
Oh, but you
sir.
know.
I am merely a server.
Oh, bull! No! You're more than that. You're an instigator. You're an equipper. You're many things in this particular this function. So I appreciate everything you do, and all I need.
serve wine. Would you like some, sir?
Well, I would. Yes. How dare you tempt me?
What
Looks
wonderful.
back at Peggy. Yes,
He
please.
he picks up a glass of wine and fills it up and glad I could help you, sir. Please please make your way back to your table unless there is anything else I can help you with.
There is actually. Could you pass me a message? Pass a message from me to the gentleman over there who you cannot name for me because apparently it's worth knowing. Could you tell him that the young lady over there, points back at Peggy, is a world-renowned investigator, and we have some amazing stories that we love to tell. If he's finding himself rather bored over there with his loneliness, I'm sure that it would possibly make his journey a little bit more exciting, and I would love to meet someone from the Russian nobility. But I leave the decision to him. I just ask that you would pass that message along. Can you do that for me, sir?
Can you please roll
If you say arts and
a
craft, I'm flipping this.
persuasion.
Wait. Persuasion. Oh, I got 50 in that. Yeetsy. Oh, yeah! Guess what I got?
What did you get?
3.
Oh.
Ooh.
You want to see? Check this out.
That's blue.
0, 0, and 3. It's not 300 because that would be terrible, but it's 3.
It seems that you've managed to sort of rouse him into action of sorts, and he kind of nods and is like,
Can we say that's a sexual thing there?
All right. I can certainly do that, sir. Yes. And he goes off and is promptly rebuffed by one of the bodyguards before he can even say as much as a word. And you see that one of the staff in slightly looks like he's slightly higher ranking than this poor server goes over to him and is giving him some rather strong words.
That's what I get for a 3. I get a kid fired.
Oh, no, you managed to persuade him against his better judgment
But it
to
doesn't
do
matter.
something that he initially didn't want to do.
And then get fired.
And swim with the fishes.
He's looking quite red in his face.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Message received and understood. I will leave that Russian completely alone. If he dies or gets in trouble, I will let him die. That's what I'm going to do. What else is there in the room that I can go and
I'm
mess
just
with?
saying, he's a simple server, and you're sending him over to
I
a
got a
person.
3, Rin!
Yeah,
A 3 should,
yeah.
out of 100. That should unlock the world to me.
No,
I should
it,
be able to punch
allowed
Cthulhu
you
in
to
the eye.
persuade this one person, not the entire room.
Yes.
And you have seen that this
Stop.
Russian has his own servers. He's got what seems to be his own freaking chef.
You know what? It's his own fault for stepping in front of me.
So,
He better not be mad at me. Not for a 3.
oh no, he's not mad at you, but he's clearly embarrassed about his own actions.
I'll make it up to him. Fine. Well, if there's nothing else in the room that I can do, or mess up, or do anything with, I'm just going to go back, look disgustingly disappointed in front of Peggy, and then just sit there, like, sullenly like this.
Yeah, Peggy. Wow. Yeah, Peggy would notice that. So.
Lisa is kind of swallowing a chuckle.
So, what do you think about shoes, Archie? Are you quite? Did someone step on your toes?
He looks like he's sulking, ma'am.
I am not sulking!
When? What are you doing then? If you're not sulking?
He says this with a very loud voice. I was just going to talk to that flipping royalty over there, but apparently none of us are good enough.
You what? You don't talk to.
Who?
What?
I don't even know what he's called.
Archie, you might want to keep your voice down a little bit. We're in sophisticated company right now, you know.
if it's royalty, they don't just talk to
Pats him on the head.
Don't you dare. I'm just saying, what we could have told him could have saved his life. But you know what? That's fine. Apparently, we're not good enough. Excuse me, I'm going to go and have a smoke outside where I know I don't have to go, but I'm doing it anyway because I'm trying to storm out. Excuse me. Good day. And then he comes back 5 seconds later because he's forgotten his cigarette box.
Aoife's probably just sitting there with us, like, just wait for it. Just, like, give it 2 seconds.
Yeah,
and he'll be
thank
right
you.
Back.
Takes it.
Whatever's up with him? He's always acting like a child.
What else is new?
Where's Sergeant Coupon, the new guy? This is nice. Oh!
You're getting thoroughly bored.
Meanwhile, Marcel has been murdered.
Whoops.
You see that,
It's Cooper's fault.
Ooh, yes. Peggy, you noticed that Harriet, one of the students, is also heading out. She seems to have finished her meal and is putting on a coat as she walks in, clearly to go outside for a bit of fresh air. Archie, you're met by Harriet on the way out.
Oh, good.
So you're heading the same place as I am. Do you have a light?
Oh, right, you meant, like, physically, not metaphorically. He takes out his trusty lighter, and the one he keeps forgetting, and lights up a cigarette before offering her the same.
Yeah.
Note he did his own first. Yeah.
She's
Quality
got one
fishes.
of those quite fancy-looking mouthpieces. It's it looks like it's carved and polished bone, and it's got a brass piece at the end that holds the cigarette.
Oh, scrimshaw work. Nice. Where'd you pick that up?
Oh, you know.
Well, no, that's why I'm asking.
This one I actually picked up in, where was it? Yeah, it was in Boston, wasn't it? Yeah.
Boston?
Yeah. You know, Massachusetts.
Oh, I'm very aware of that. Yes, Massachusetts. Very well known for... Well, you, apparently.
Hardly. So, what was that little tantrum about?
Oh...
Your companion not giving you enough attention, huh?
Yeah, let me just try and roll a willpower or whatever it is here, not to blush. What would that be? That'd be say first aid.
Let's see.
I'm gonna go with... You know what, it doesn't matter, he blushes.
Go with power.
Power?
Yeah.
Power?
Yeah, just a plain power roll.
Oh, well, that's no fun. But no, he doesn't blush. He just looks
Yeah.
at her, like, for a long time. Dead eyes, suddenly not very jovial, mischievous. There's just no emotion in those eyes at all. Before he looks out at the water. I guess it's dark out along the water now?
Yeah, and it's freezing.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, Harriet.
Sure.
How long do you think you're going to last?
What do you mean, how long do you think I'm gonna last?
With the things you know and the things you've seen, and the world as it is now as you've discovered it, how long do you think you'll last?
Her face falls a little, and she just takes another quite long drag off the cigarette
Mm-hmm.
and turns to look out at the ocean. She blows the smoke out of her nose and
Out of her
fiddles
nose?
yeah.
Like a dragon?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've fallen in love with this woman.
And fiddles a little bit with her fingers.
Yeah, thought so. Yeah, me too.
Look, we're just trying to stay alive. I don't like to think too much about the future right now because, well, you know how it is.
I do. Yeah, I mean, apart from Mr. Cooper, I think I know better than many. That's basically been my life up until as far back as I can remember. My lifestyle doesn't lend itself well to those who enjoy a routine, regular breakfast, safety and security. I mean, I've been on this metal coffin now for only a day or two. I've lost completely track of the time, and I am coming apart at the seams. Nothing's tried to kill me for so long, and I'm just waiting for it to happen again, you know?
You've clearly seen some shit.
Oh, ha! Yes, I actually thought that mankind had more than enough for me to lose sleep over, and then it turns out there's a whole new level, a layer, a sickening cesspit of something underneath the ice. It's enough to drive a man to drink. Oh, where did that come from? It still has the wine. No, you know what? I'm just going to do something quickly. Hang on. Yeah, sleight of hand, that's a 30. He took the wine bottle.
Go for it. Yeah, sure. Where
Like
Where did you put that?
Like
I didn't see that until
said,
now.
I've been around. Now, my partner, Peggy, or, as you might notice.
So, two of you?
Oh, no. I fear...
No?
I fear, unfortunately, I may have missed that ship when I had the chance. And now I'm just paddling in the water, hoping to catch up with a luxury yacht. If you'll excuse the thought. But, I think... I think she's better off. You? You and the professor, maybe?
He's a little old for me, sir.
Oof. Ouch. I won't tell him.
She looks like she's possibly half your age. Because Archie's in his 40s, isn't he?
I mean, after this trip, he certainly probably looks like it, yeah, but somewhere around there, 30,
Yeah.
40.
Yeah. She looks like she's mid-20s.
Oh, I see.
And the professor's in his 50s.
So she's about Peggy's age.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's not the first time I've heard of something like that happening.
Archie older than Cooper?
Oh, Archie's early 30s. Okay, yeah. In that case, yeah. She looks like
the youngest?
she looks like she's half the professor's age.
Thank you. I feel like attacked. My character is basically like, you're old. Oh, I don't want to be. I'll change it now.
No, I'm not.
I've changed my mind. I want to change it. So, if we're going to go about this, the whole idea about, living each day as our last, accepting that we don't know whether tomorrow's going to happen for us or not, and really enjoying things as they are, takes a little bit of a drag of a cigarette.
I mean, Archie.
I've got a really big bed.
He just fucks it up with Peggy every time.
Wow. You do not beat around the bush, do you?
Honestly, I used to, but these days, If I want to do something, I will simply do it or ask.
Well, how about we get another one of those bottles and go for a bit of a nightcap?
Do I have to pay for it, or do you mind if I try and get another one?
Well, if you can fit another in that coat of yours, then
Well, it's all about the pose, the posture. If you look like you're a bit drunk, you can hide all sorts under here.
well, my coat is quite big as well.
Shall we? We crux his arm a bit.
Yeah, she takes your arm.
Oh, pardon
So, as we probably like move away from this particular scene to someone else, I just want to say the last words he says are, "So, Deep Ones. Really, who came up with the bloody name?"
I have no idea, but that's not the deep ones I'm interested in right now.
I knew you'd say something like that. God.
And with that, we will cut back to Peggy.
Yes.
As Marcel and Thomas returns.
Cooper is just feeling something French in the air.
Thank
I
you.
feel.
He's not feeling Marcel.
I'm.
I thought you were gonna do the whole Obi-Wan Kenobi thing, where it's like, oh, something horrible has happened in the Force.
Actually, can the two of you roll a spot hidden for me?
Spot hidden? How big
Actually, the three of you, everyone except for Rick,
Oh.
roll a spot hidden.
Oh no!
Okay.
Okay, so which one of you should I use today? Go for those. No!
3 points.
What was that, Eric?
I succeed with 3 points to spare.
Nope.
Yeah. Marcel notices as you enter and walk over to your table, you spot Archie very suspiciously walking past one of the tables with all the wine bottles. You don't notice him swiping one, but you see him leave again and join Harriet Thorpe, one of Professor Fulder's students, and leave with her.
Sleight of hand 75, bitches.
I try to make eye contact with Archie as he walks away and just go,
Did I even
Yeah.
notice that he's there?
Roll a spot hidden.
No, 88.
No.
I see nothing. I'm too busy thinking about this amazing evening that's just happened to fall on my lap.
I just like backhand hit Cooper a bit and point to Archie and go,
Yeah, you only catch Archie leaving with Harriet Thorpe.
Told ya.
it's
I'm
not.
gonna fuck with one of the NPCs tonight.
What? I wonder what he's up to.
Follow him too.
What do you see, Monsieur Cooper? A man and a woman?
Oh,
Oh, God's sake, Eric.
I lightly slap him in the back of the head.
I merely jest.
You mean
But they are doing the same.
I slap him very lightly.
And I'm dead.
Oh look! It seems we're not completely abandoned by the gents.
Sorry about that. We were just
Yeah.
following some other suspicious Russians.
Oh, did you find anything out?
No.
Oh,
There are at least 3 Russians in their cabin.
Fortunately, by the way, for Archie, Aoife did not see him leave with Harriet. Sorry.
Scandal on the ship.
You're
Marie.
following a what now?
Pardon?
You said you were following someone.
Yes, he was a suspicious priest. A Russian priest, and he did not seem to know his scripture. He said, go, God go, or something. And there are 3 Russians at least in the, what was it? Cabin 53E?
Aoife is just has got a little well-worn pencil, which at this point is more or less just a stub, and is very quickly noting down things in a little notebook that she keeps actually at the inside of a dress.
Marcel once again goes,
There's a tiny hint of a smile at the corner of Aoife's mouth. Just like,
Thank you.
Bless you, Rick.
Thank you,
But
kindly.
find the heart beneath.
Well, you see, it's a complete mystery,
So
as
we
you
should.
detectives say.
Yes, absolute. That's what we usually say. So we should keep an eye on this priest during this travel. That-
I think so.
He either has seasickness or he's an assassin.
hard to tell sometimes.
An assassin.
Um, when we caught him reading upside down,
Lisa suddenly like a little bit more interested and is kind of leaning forwards a little bit.
Reading up, right? Yes.
Yeah, we forgot to
Right. When we caught a priest reading upside down, was he looking at us or was he looking to more towards
Prince.
the prince?
I think I was looking to the prince now.
Yeah.
What's werewolf?
He seemed quite interested in the royalty.
So you think he might be an actual assassin?
Lisa's just leaned in and is kind of half whispering conspiratorially.
And Marcel leans forward.
I believe so, mademoiselle. They might be in the middle of a royal conspiracy.
Cooper leans over to them. If that's the case, he's a bad one.
Yes.
Marcel
Oh,
is
for
loving
sure.
this. He's so leaning in hard to this.
Aoife's just like very quickly noting down everything.
So should we put up a post, like keep someone out in front, not in front of the door? He would find that out pretty easily. But sleuthing, like just hanging out by his door, should we
I mean,
keep a guard and
Yeah,
see if
but,
anything
yeah.
happens?
I mean, it
could
could
be
perhaps.
interesting if we could get inside the cabin without them being there.
There should be a way of keeping an eye on someone without actually being there.
Could it perhaps be an idea to inform this Russian royalty, whatever he is, about this situation?
Well, I think Archie was trying to get to talk to the nobility, the royalty, and quite rebuffed. So I think he
Well,
saw that.
It might be an idea to go through like slightly more official channels, like perhaps
Yes,
ask,
exactly.
ask the ship's purser.
I will never understand Archie's way of approaching things. Of course, royalty won't just talk to a random person on a boat. We have to do it through the proper channels and give our calling cards. And what does he do properly? Oh!
Because it's Archie.
Throw a paper plane, says Michael.
Dexterity. Oh no, I failed!
Marcel takes out the sketchbook again and writes a message on it that simply says, "You are being watched from the people in cabin 53E." And he holds it up and shows it everyone.
Can we just give him this?
That seems kind of threatening.
Yes, that
Well, they
could
would
come
certainly-
across
they would
like a
certainly-
threat.
Let us do it. Does Peggy know how to properly contact royalty?
Yes. Or rather, you know that in situations like these, there is usually a butler or, in this case, a ship's purser would probably be the person to contact. He's the one who tends to handle all sorts of valuables and such. All the passengers are encouraged to leave like valuables with the ship's purser unless it is important for them to keep in their own cabin, because they have a lot more security.
Probably holds
and
a lot of
such.
things.
Yeah, so for example, if you have large amounts of cash, I'm assuming most of Peggy's cash is probably held by the ship's purser in their banking safe and such. And you were also asked if you wished to store any of your jewellery or any other valuables there. and they have also handled any sort of requests that you had with regards to your rooms or interpersonal things. If there were like, are there any of your acquaintances on this travels that you would like to be living nearby with, and so on and so forth. So
Yes.
that is definitely the person to go to if you should need it.
Okay, so Peggy lays out for the group that if they like the idea, that she takes a calling card, writes a little letter, and talks with this person to get contact with the, like, a very nice lilac colored envelope with the scented flowers inside,
Yes.
and like a calling card and the reason to contact.
Yes.
Very lush. Very lux.
Very luxurious, yes, yes. Got a 3 in scented stationary beads. You got a 3 on a persuasion roll with a server who doesn't work for the count or prince.
If I rolled
or...
like 100, like I would have been shot. Like
It's
It's
still
not so
like-
much about what you roll, it's about who you're talking to while you're rolling it.
But I got a 3.
If
What
you
about
jump
rolls you
off
don't take?
from a natural 20, you still can't fly.
Yeah. I mean, if you're trying to get get an audience with a king and you're trying to get it by persuading a stable boy, it's still not going to help you.
I could argue that. But I won't, because Lutra says let it go, so I'm going to let it go.
Yes. Thank you, Lutra.
You like Elsa.
You are, in fact, a gem.
Bet Lutra could get a 3.
Anyway,
So, Mademoiselle Peggy, you will go through the proper channels? No?
Yes, I think that's the best course of action.
Well, I agree.
yeah.
Archie's having
Aoife's
sex.
just nodding, agreeing with Peggy. Yeah. Let's see. That is that. So you finish up your meal, and let's see. Give me a moment. We have lost a wreck.
Where's me bottle? I found me bottle. Ah, it's over here. No, it isn't. Use a bottle. I need another bottle.
Yes. You vaguely remember this man. You don't remember his name, the ship's purser, but you remember him as a large, seemingly very good-natured fellow. And you didn't really take much notice of him other than, you know, sorting everything you needed to sort. Once dinner has been wrapped up with a delicious creme brulee, you leave and I'm guessing find the office of the ship purser. It's a little bit late now, so the ship purser himself is not there, but one of the other employees is sitting at the desk. There is a reception area, and there's also a locked room or a locked door behind that, where you saw earlier was the entrance to another room where there is basically a ginormous safe, and there's also like a room right outside the safe with bars and everything, so like lots of security. Yeah, this chap who is probably in his 30s, looks very tidy, looks up and asks, yes, what can I help you with, madam? Gentlemen?
Everyone's here, or is it just...
Yeah, I'm assuming that you just headed here right after
Yeah.
dinner.
We need to come in contact with this royalty on this ship. Wink.
Are you referring to our Russian guest?
Yes.
Ah, I see. Yes, yes. He's not exactly interested in much contact with other people, but I can convey a message.
Yes.
Then it is of course up to him if he would accept it or not.
Of course. We wouldn't be bothering him if we didn't have a cause of worry. We believe he might be in bigger trouble than he might be prepared for.
Worry? Oh my.
Yeah.
Is there anything that ship security should be informed of as well?
That would maybe be safe too. What do you say, Koopa and Marcel? Should we make this a big deal, or should we just try and keep this calm and collected and to few people as possible?
Maybe.
Expect to call the cannons.
Oh, we are quite discreet, madam. So please, if there is anything that we can do, then I would like to know if there are any
My two
ongoings. Sorry.
Yes.
For now, maybe just deliver the letter.
Yes. We have reasons to believe that he's in danger, and we have this letter with a calling card from our little group. And we hope he will come in contact, but we won't bother him anymore if there's nothing. We just want to be on the safe side.
Of course. And please do inform us if there is anything that security should check out or keep an eye open for.
Peggy's like leaning to Marcel and Sergeant Thomas. Should we tell him to keep an eye on room 5-3? No, the room you were looking at.
Yeah.
5AE?
Yes. What do you think? Yes. Yes.
Better that we stake it out ourselves.
I think we have enough. Maybe if we delegate to more people, we can cover more ground.
Well, I suppose.
But you're the technician, Sergeant Thomas. What do you think is best?
I would say not involve too many people as of this moment. We don't have any cause for. We actually don't have any direct cause for
Alarm, just worry.
Alarm. Yeah.
Okay. We will involve the ship's security when we're sure, more definite.
I see it is merely a suspicion, and you do not wish to raise the alarm over any assumptions.
Yeah, not quite yet, before we
yes.
sure there's something. We wouldn't want to waste anyone's time.
Of course, madam. I shall see that this letter is delivered to the Count, and yes, and he will most likely be in touch if he is so inclined. I hope you have a lovely evening. Unless there is anything else I can help you with.
Yeah, the Discord means my.
Are we having some tech issues?
We're back.
You're back.
Okay.
Because my Discord is temperamental.
And we're doing it through his, so...
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if unless there is anything else I can help you with, then I shall wish you good night and make sure that this letter is delivered to the Count.
Thank you so much and have a splendid evening.
Wonderful, thank you, madam. And sirs, sir. And yeah, he nods and seems to go back to his paperwork.
At least now we know it is a Count. He's a Russian fellow. He's not a prince or a king, he's a Count.
What's the difference?
Yes, he's a comte.
Comte de Luçon.
I actually think the real pronunciation is Comte in French.
Yeah,
Yeah.
comte or something. COMTE or something.
Yeah, it sounds like something else.
Yes. Yes, it does. Fud says, I didn't say anything.
Friends.
Wonderful. Okay, so,
He's Russian Count.
yeah. It's getting quite late. Do you wish to do anything more tonight? Or do you wish to go to bed? Or...
Cooper wants to head downstairs and see if he can find, the sort of typical rowdy, lower class party place, sort of, like from Titanic.
I knew it. Was waiting for it.
Right. How are you
Marcel
intending
joins in
to
that case.
go about that?
Basically, he wants to find the fighting ring.
Fighting? There's no fighting on the ship.
There's guaranteed to be Irish people, and if there's Irish people, there's going to be fighting.
Well then.
I mean, you have an Englishman on your side. I suppose he could probably start a fight with some Irishmen pretty damn easily. Although technically he's not English. But they don't know that.
Yeah, well, you know your way down to deck E, at least.
Val Royale. It will be, sir. It will be. Hoi, hoi, hoi.
You're not really familiar with the lower decks, though, so you're not quite sure where to go.
He's been on tougher times, but I don't think he's ever been on a civilian ship.
Because they are somewhat different.
Yeah.
But you'll probably stumble across some people walking to and fro from their cabins. So you could probably ask.
Yeah, he's gonna casually ask. Not gonna mention though, he is not looking his finest. He is. He's been scrubbed a little bit down.
Yeah, so he's been to change.
Yeah.
What about Marcel?
Marcel always looks flawless.
Okay. You meet two fellows who seem to be on their way out of their cabin.
Excuse me, lads. Where can I where can I find some fun around here?
Are you looking for the crack, are you? It's a tall man with dark hair and a slightly shorter guy who has a bit of a beer belly, and they both kind of eye up and down. It's like, looks like the lad is ready for some proper drinking, eh? Well, we've
Hey,
got some.
Miss and me, we are currently looking for a place where a man can let loose to get rid of those stinking bourgeois above us. You look like people who know where the true fun is, no?
Alright, just follow us, lads. And we should be able to find some fun for you. Yeah, they lead you on to a room that seems like kind of a common room, and it's noisy and rather busy. There's not much dancing and music. There's actually some black fellas that play some jazz. And this is a bit more upbeat and kind of rougher type of music than the type that you hear upstairs. It's just a big double bass, a trumpet, and some very improvised drums. But it looks like people are having fun, and there's a lot of alcohol going around. Clearly a lot of moonshine and homebrew stuff and whiskey being passed around. There's a lot of tables being having been put together for what looks like a very big game of cards. Yeah. Oh, you actually, you do see a chap on the fiddle, looking your stereotypical Irishman, with a shock of very ginger hair, sitting and just like jamming with the jazz boys.
Marcel grabs Cooper by the arm and pats him on the shoulder.
Now this, Monsieur Cooper, this is life. This is fire. This is passion.
This is
This is a good place to be.
Aye, this is the place.
I see we've
Excuse me,
drenched ourselves in the Netherlands Sea.
The air is like heavy with smoke here as well, as a lot of people are taking out their cigarettes, and it's rowdy. There's not a lot of women here at this point. But the few who are gathered mostly by the musicians. And it's more of a sort of speakeasy mood than it is an Irish party mood here. You also spot the odd, what looks like workers from the ship. Because you see what looks like the bottoms of a uniform on one fellow and a jacket that's been placed nearby. So clearly a lower ranking ship's crew person who's decided to join the game.
Do Marcel recognize anyone here from the cabin 53E? That is when he was looking for the key?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope.
Nothing.
Not a single one.
What do you say, Monsieur Cooper? Do you want to play cards, music, or do you want to go straight to the fisticuffs?
Oh, don't you think there's so many options?
Has Peggy joined them?
No,
No.
Aw.
she's a little out of it, so she's in her room curling up with a book with notes from when she was in Orlando, dealing with deep wounds, and then taking something to sleep that she's been recommended by her psychiatrist.
Good. All right. Yeah. You sit down.
Cooper's plan is to play cards, drink, have fun, and if there's a brawl starting out, his plan is to step in, sort of control the brawl by more honestly challenging.
It's not really a fighty kind of mood. People are. It gets loud around the table, the card table, but not to that point. I think people are
also very aware that there's nowhere to run here because they're all stuck on a ship. So there might be the small kerfuffles here and there, but nothing like big. So yeah.
In that case, while playing cards, he's gonna ask on the table. So, is there any other sort of more physical gambling going around the ship?
Arm wrestling?
You're looking for a bit more physical stuff, are you, lads? Huh?
Winking.
There's one chap that is sitting there who's just lost 2 rounds. I do a little bit of arm wrestling, but I think most of us here can agree that, you know, the odd shiner here and there is nice and all, but on a ship, you don't want to, you know, not keep your wits about you. And most of us honest working men are not into the illegal fight rings that you might have back in New York.
Only the New York makes it illegal.
Monsieur Cooper, let's just enjoy our game and enjoy our drink. And we see where the evening takes us. No?
You're right.
If it makes you any happier, you can give me a slap on the face on your way home. It's okay, I can take it.
Please. Please
You
roll
get-
this.
You get the impression that the company that's kept down here is mainly fairly law-abiding folks who's not really looking for trouble. They're just looking for a place to lean back and you know, relax while they're waiting to get back to England or the UK. And the atmosphere is very laid back and chill. It bears the impression of people who are bone weary and are finally allowed, you know, a night to just relax and not in need of blowing out steam, but more in need of just, you know, enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
Angry poetry slam.
Oh, I'm up for that.
Spoken word, yes.
Well,
Improv.
Cooper is enjoying his time here. So.
Yeah.
Marcell's actually gonna ask around a little bit if anyone knows anything about the Russians. Specifically the priest, but he's more like jovially going around, still playing with the thought of being an investigator.
Hmm.
Being the investigators. We have to pick up the slack.
Can you roll a luck for me?
Look,
Every day
it's a
they see
41
investigating.
and high 80,
Hmm.
so it's fairly good, I guess.
Yeah. The only mention of Russians that you hear is like someone mentioning this hoity-toity nobility fellow who brought like his entire court with him or something. You know, clearly referencing to the count. But nothing else.
Well, then I guess Marcel just enjoys the evening.
Yeah. I would like both of you to roll a listen, though.
Ooh, 15. I'm rolling good. These are good dice.
You do notice that that man who is wearing what looks like a uniform, a while after sitting at the table and playing for a while, he's withdrawn, and towards the late hours of the night, he is standing kind of in a corner in the room and chatting with someone else who also seems to be wearing a uniform, and very low voices. You can't catch exactly what they're saying, but they're you can hear by the tone of their voice that this is not a conversation that's meant for other ears. You can't catch exactly what they're saying, like I said, but you catch the mood of the conversation.
Marcel tries to get closer, then going like holding his drink, looking like his white person dancing over there.
You can actually roll a psychology.
Ooh, that I'm good at.
Yes.
Now is when I failed. Nope. 40.
Yeah. You notice that as you approach, they very quickly become aware of you and seem to switch the topic, because suddenly their voices are a little louder and they seem to be talking about technical terms and such, and work rotas and work-related stuff in a slightly louder voice, so that you can very clearly hear what they are saying. And they're keeping
Marcel
their
continues.
eyes on you.
Marcel slowly turns around and goes back, white people dancing. And then it goes up to Cooper.
Yeah.
Cooper, I think there are some shady people if you're still feeling the hunger in your fists, no?
What kind of suspicious?
I do not know, but as soon as I approached, they quickly changed the topic. So perhaps they are wearing some sort of uniform.
Is it the ship's uniform or?
Yeah.
As soon as I got near them, they seemed to be talking about something else. So maybe this is the fight you're looking for, no?
Think they're the people who were with the priest.
Well, that is a big possibility. Then again, I've been drinking so much, I'm not sure how many hands I have.
Let's
Are they still looking at us?
No, but they look like they're on their way out.
I grab Cooper's shoulder and hold up my drink and go,
I am pretending to be having a good time, so that we can sneak after them when we go outside.
Does he say it in French?
oh yeah, that's better. He says it in French. He says like in very perfect eloquent French. I can't speak French. Cooper, we are currently doing a sort of sleuth maneuver, and we will, after these two ruffians have absconded, we shall, tail them, so to speak. Now, laugh jovially with me.
Yeah, Cooper came on this.
This is so exciting. I have never been a private detective before.
And with that, I think we're gonna take a short break, because we are now we've now crossed the hour and a half mark. So we're gonna take a 10-minute break so that I can just refresh my memory on some things, and people can get some snacks and such, and we'll be back again at 1:45-ish. So, see you soon. Hello, and we are back again from break. We are just waiting for Teddy to return. In the meantime, have some sippy sips and some tea. I hope all you Norwegian watchers have voted either today or before today, as it is voting day. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I have not checked any social media today, so...
Me neither. Let's hope
yeah.
at least we'll wake up to a nicer world.
Oh, Cthulhu!
Fingers crossed. Yes, Cthulhu for Prime Minister, why vote for the lesser evil?
World Minister.
President! Yes. While we wait for Teddy, we can jump back to the rest of the group, as Peggy has returned to her room. She hears a knock on the door.
How long after? Because you might be fully asleep because of...
Very shortly after.
After leaving, okay.
After, like, because her and Lisa, I'm assuming, share their cabin or stateroom, and then Aoife left you to go to her and Archie's.
Okay.
And
So
then,
she's
like,
about-
5 minutes later, you hear a knock on the door.
Okay, so about that time, Peggy's already in her notes, but yeah, she hasn't gone deep to sleep. Well, she asks, just had her name, Lisa.
Yeah.
If she can open the door and
Yeah.
see who it is. She's not really present, but
Yeah. Lisa is already way ahead of you and already going over towards the door to open, and you open the door to see a somewhat slightly annoyed Aoife. I'm terribly sorry to bother you, but it seems that my husband is entertaining company.
oh, we found some friends. Okay,
Yes, he found a friend.
oh!
Oh my god, they were cabin mates.
Oh!
Yeah.
Is there any chance
That's
that
really
I
sad.
could sleep on the couch here?
Okay, of course, yeah,
Wonderful.
yes, of course.
Thank you
You're welcome
ever
to the
so
cabin.
much. Ever so
Of
much.
course.
If this is going to be an ongoing thing, I'm going to ask the young lady if I can have her cabin.
I can see if I can provide a new cabin for you and your, when you and your,
Oh, no.
Has-
I'm fairly certain this will sort itself out. I'll have words with Archie in the morning.
well, he is a grown man and that's what they do, so who should care? I'll go and make some tea.
Quite.
Do you want a cup of tea?
I would
Can I-
love a cup of tea. I would absolutely love a cup of tea. Yeah. I think it ends up being a bit of a study session, as both Lisa are more than willing to help you sort through notes and talk you through stuff.
Peggy will happily share her notes with
Aoife.
Aoife.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't shared the deep one, what she knows about that with her.
Yeah. Aoife is very interested in that and notes vigorously down as you talk. Is Teddy going to
I don't
rejoin us
know.
very soon?
I'll go and find him.
Yes. I want all the nodes.
If you've ever played Call of Cthulhu, that's the
Wonderful.
quickest way to do two things. One, solve everything. Two, go insane. Read
Why
all
not
the
both?
books. And why not both?
Both is good. Both is good.
How to survive Call of Cthulhu. Avoid anyone who associates with big books or especially tomes.
Yes, yes.
Stay away
Don't
from
read
phones.
any books.
No.
No.
And move somewhere where the Mephis has not touched anyone, like Sweden. There are Lovecraft like stories in Norway, but not Sweden.
I mean, yeah, true. The only recorded person to have survived a face-to-face meeting with the great old Cthulhu is a Norwegian fisherman.
Define survive.
It's
As
fine.
in, his heart is still beating. His brain is a completely different topic.
By the way, has anyone played the Call of Cthulhu video game that came out?
Yes, I am playing it actually.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Reminds me, I will be restarting or starting game streams for it
Yay.
again in October. So yes, so that I can finish that game because I feel like there's not much left now. So I'm getting to the end
I
of
can
it, and
say-
it's really good. Really enjoying it.
I think
Without spoiling, one of the endings, I was like, ah, ah, yes.
It's been very, very enjoyable and creepy so far, and I've been thoroughly loving the atmosphere and the way that they handle sanity and, you know, panic attacks and such is really pretty cool.
Sinking City's pretty good too.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
watching
it's my
Rick
one
play
thing.
that as well.
Is it good?
Well, the production value isn't as solid as the official Call of Cthulhu game, but to quote Jim Sterling, it is the worst game he's ever loved. Like the game's graphics are like, and the mechanisms, the way they fight, a few of the gimmicks are very average, like PS1 kind of gimmicks. But where it does well is the writing, the investigation antics that you go through, the stuff that matters for any kind of Call of Cthulhu game are there. And I gotta say, it's very rare these days a guy at my age can actually stay interested in a game that will mess with your head in those little small ways. For example, your character is apparently an old Navy guy who was on a submarine called the Odyssey. And every time you get on a boat to drive around this sinking city, it's got Odyssey 2 on the back of it. And I'm sitting here thinking, are they all named that? Wait a second, is this in my head? What the hell's going on? And you start unraveling from
Yeah.
that point onwards.
That is cool.
Very
Oh,
Okay, now I
right.
gotta try it.
Teddy is back, which means that we're going to return where we left off with Sergeant Cooper and
Update.
Monsieur Dubois-Etoile. So,
Yes.
yeah, the two fellows that were talking leave, and you're still down in the
Following.
common room, and you follow.
Of course.
I do an extremely exaggerated sneaking motion.
Oh, so serious.
Okay, I'll need you to roll a sneak.
I should get advantage because I'm doing the sneaking motion.
No. I'll try more casual.
Adam.
I succeed.
Adam. Black, no, not Black Panther.
Oh,
Come on.
How much do you succeed by?
What's what's master?
You just managed?
So just managed.
24 with I have I have over half.
Yeah, so normal success.
No, under half then. I
Under
have
half,
a
is it?
good
Okay.
success, but not super good success.
Yeah. And Teddy?
I succeed by 2 points.
Okay.
you see, Monsieur Cooper, if you do not do the motions.
Brazil.
Uh,
Brazil.
You follow them into a quite dark corridor and through a few twists and turns, and then they stop, and one of them seems to do like on the other, and they turn around. They don't spot you, but they seem to very clearly shift directions after that. And as you follow them on, they go through a door which states no passengers allowed, and you hear it get locked.
Well, c'est la vie.
Mm.
I believe we return to festivities, no?
I mean, it's not like it's not like we can't enjoy our time on this boat.
No, certainly not.
Can recommend.
The festivities.
I think we're
Yeah.
going to say that the two of you enjoy a long night of. Ah oui, céleri. Yes, Michael. A long night of card games and quite good whiskey. And nice music and enjoyable company. I want both of you to roll a luck roll.
The best whiskey is the one that burns your throat.
I failed by 8.
Yay! We want
My
some
luck
luck.
ran out.
Does anyone in chat want to give him some luck, or do we want to see him fail?
Sorry, what was that, Teddy?
Plenty.
Okay.
A 20 out of 53.
Wow.
Marcel, you're a few dollars short after this this evening. Nothing major, but you didn't earn anything on these games. Cooper, however, oh shit! Sorry, I spilled some tea on my mouse mat. It's all good.
You some tea? Oh.
Ah, yes.
Spill the tea.
Spilling
honey.
some tea. Oh, wee. Let's see. Oh. Nice. Let's see.
How disgustingly rich are you now?
You've won
5.
a lot. Fortune has favored you today. It's not been like a ridiculous amount where you've kind of just scooped the whole table, but you've done you've done fairly well, and part of that role is that you've done well in a way that still means that people still enjoy playing with you. It's not like people just like, no, we don't want to play with you anymore. There's one person who's a little bit bitter because you seem to have won a signet ring that someone put in, which may or may not have been a family heirloom, but that's not your problem, is it?
For every big win, I buy a round to the table.
Yeah, that sounds like the reason why people are like, yeah, this dude is he has understood the notion of sportsmanship. So yeah, it's been a good night for you, and yeah. You are also welcome back again at any time, should you want to rejoin the game later.
As the night progresses, his Australian accent is getting thicker and thicker.
Oh, actually. There's no other Aussies there, but there is a New Zealander, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
You wanted that fight.
Who lives or has lived most of their life in Australia. But yeah. So yeah. We will basically wrap up the evening with that and return to next morning, which will be Thursday, I believe. Thursday morning. And Archie.
That's me.
Yeah. You've had a very hydrated evening with a lot of wine. You may have even ordered breakfast to be brought to your room.
Sure. Let's say I did that.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Harriet is quite the talkative woman.
Oh God.
In the sense that she is very curious about your adventures in Peru and your experiences in New York, and generally very interested in just all things out of the ordinary.
I tell her everything.
Cool.
Ish.
Yeah, and she tells you quite a lot as well from their experiences in Arkham.
Oh yes, with these apparent fishmen.
Yeah.
Ludicrous.
So yeah, you get breakfast served in your room. The rest of you, I'm guessing, go to breakfast.
Peggy wakes up a little late. Peggy wakes up a little late.
Yeah. That is fair.
What that mouth do? Keep Archie all night chatting. Oh no, Michael, no. Yes.
Lisa lends Aoife some fresh clothes for the day, so that she doesn't have to walk out in the same attire as yesterday. And as you go to breakfast, you find Archie is very much missing. Marcell and Thomas, how are you feeling today? I would like to know, how much did the boys drink
Peggy already
last
has
night?
I am rolling.
Marcel is
rolling
actually
my constitution.
not a heavy drinker, he's more of a constant drinker.
So, depending on how heavily you drank last night, constitution rolls.
Cooper had a lot of drinking, but I rolled a 16 out of 60.
Yeah.
I rolled a
Good,
22 out of 65.
You are doing pretty well. It seems that keeping to that one type of alcohol most of the evening has definitely helped you.
Archie would not have been as fine.
Marcel is still drinking, probably.
Yeah.
If I stop drinking, I will get the hangover. I have not been sober for yet.
That's how you do.
See,
Soft landing and all that.
I do love how Peggy's laying into them about their alcoholism. Oh wait, I'm just saying.
You're not here.
I know. I can't be angry because the character's not there.
So,
So,
you're also joined by, or approached by Professor Folder and Richard. And the professor is looking a little... They've been looking around them a little bit, and as he approaches you, he turns to all three of you, well, all five of you actually. Good morning. I hope you have slept well. I was wondering if you have seen my student Harriet. She has not shown up for breakfast today, and I was wondering if you knew where she was and if she is all right.
Harriet.
She's quite alright.
Oh, you know where she is?
Yes. I had to entertain Aoife because she could not go home.
You see this relatively short and fat man in his tweed suit is going rapidly pinker.
And so is Peggy.
And Richard Block is looking completely oblivious. And just like...
Marcel just looks back and forth between Peggy and the professor, like.
I see it.
Cooper is also
Yeah.
looking in between them, but there's a more. And then, oh,
Yeah, Aoife has no such blush. Aoife just has this deadpan expression and a slightly raised eyebrow. Such is life. And she goes back to her tea.
Revenge will be inexorable
All
and
right.
swift.
Well, at least she is. She has not fallen overboard. That is good to know. May we join you for breakfast? Is that all right?
Oh, absolutely.
course.
Have lots of space.
Wonderful, wonderful. I am assuming then that we will see Harriet later on. Yes. Richard Block has just been like looking at everyone, and he's like, so she's did she take the wrong cabin?
No, quite on purpose.
Sweet summer child.
That's a little inconsiderate. I am very sorry, Aoife.
Would you agree? It's very inconsiderate.
Should where did Aoife sleep tonight then?
On my sofa, poor thing.
Well, that is absolutely terrible. If it is any help at all, you can have my cabin, and I can sleep on the professor's couch. That is quite all right with me. He says.
Marcel is burying his face in a croissant and is holding down all the laughter he can. It's a breakfast food.
Yes.
And
Sure.
he actually is digging out his key to his cabin as Eve is like, that is quite fine, my dear. You're a darling, but no such thing is needed. It is quite all right. We will sort this out today. And he's like, all right. Just let us know if there is anything we can do. He's a simple boy. Are you all right there, Mr. Dubois?
at that point, Cooper's also trying to hide his laughter.
He is definitely the local himbo. Precious bean. Precious bean.
Marcel is choking in the background
Good lord.
Richard doesn't even blink. He just picks up his napkin and offers it to Marcel.
He takes it and waves it like a flag.
No more, please.
The professor is kind of like sitting there with a hint of a smile going, or like clearly trying to control his urge to laugh. He's like, yes, tea. That is lovely, yes.
I think I shaved off 4 years of my life. Well, will Archie be joining us for breakfast at all?
It doesn't look like it. Aoife says dryly as she takes another sip of tea. And Lisa seems to be patting Richard's arm and says, "It's quite all right. It's not always that easy to keep up with people. Here, I would try the poached eggs. They're lovely." Oh, yeah, I shall try those. A Frenchman waving a white napkin like a flag. I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere.
You think?
Thank you, Fudd.
Wasn't my first intention, but thank you.
Yeah. You have breakfast. Does anyone want to do anything around breakfast or after breakfast?
Peggy wants to try and see if she sees the cult.
And the Count is indeed at breakfast, like
Count is-
yesterday, surrounded by manservants, and his taster is there again, and yeah.
Is the priest or any of the men we saw in the cabin there?
Nope.
Anywhere to be seen?
He's gotten my letter yet. Doesn't look like it.
Right, you got my letter yet, Governor? What's that?
Hello, Governor.
Well, you want to fight? I swear by me mum.
Yes,
Look, yeah,
during breakfast, Aoife is in deep conversation with the professor about one of the books that she was allowed to pore over, yeah, she's discussing some notes, and yeah, they're exchanging information and such. It seems, let's see, which book was it? Let me check quickly. Remind me, Lutra, which languages does she speak? Does she speak Latin or read Latin? If not, it is probably the other one that she's been reading.
I speak Latin. I should say, it's a sexy language.
Let's see.
Speak French to me. No. I will speak
Yeah.
Latin.
English and Gaelic. Yeah, so she's been reading The Key of Wisdom, and it seems to be connected to this Sisters of the Shore. Cult or whatever that the professor and his students had a run-in with in Arkham. So the two of them are discussing that and the contents of the book and how they seem to relate to each other. And after breakfast, Aoife's heading out to have words with a certain Englishman, or well, Irishman technically. Rick, Archie, are you eating breakfast in bed?
Yes.
So when there's a knock on the door, you're still not decent.
I mean, is he ever? Also, no.
There's a
But-
knock on the door.
Yes?
It would be nice if I could access my clothes.
Oh dear. He turns to Harriet. The quotation marks in the air. Wife is. I best give her space. Would you mind?
Wait. Are you two
Oh
married?
no. Heavenly no. It's just a cover.
You had me a little spooked there.
Really? I actually thought you thought that we. I mean, didn't have a problem. Interesting. We learned something new today.
What?
Nothing. I thought you already assumed.
That you were married?
Yeah.
No. I mean, for starters, you're not really wearing any ring. And
Oh bugger! Where did I put that
it's
thing?
not like you've been acting like you
Yes.
are married. So,
How does one act when one is married?
I mean, mentioning the wife tends to be a good hint.
did do that at least for the first few hours, and then I forgot.
And no, you didn't. But that's quite alright, as long as you haven't tied the knot to anyone, I'm good. but I'm guessing that I should probably get a little bit decent.
Oh, you're
If,
fine. I don't think you're the problem at this point. I think I should be the one leaving. Excuse me. Alright, Iffy, give us a minute.
Okay, if this is gonna get awkward, I'm just gonna make myself scarce.
Oh, my darling Harriet. You've dealt with fishmen and horrors beyond compare, beyond the most ken of normal men. And this is awkward. I love how you stick to those moral sensibilities.
Look.
Is this mine or is this yours?
I know enough about women to know that this is not a place I want to be. And she's Irish on top of it, so I'm not going to mess around with that.
The accent makes a difference.
She very quickly slithers into her dress from yesterday and tosses her big coat on and picks up some stockings and underwear that's and lingerie that's spread around on the floor and just kind of stuffs it inside her coat. Wow. Thank you.
Can I see if she's done this before? I got 74. I don't know.
You have no idea. Yeah, he introduced himself as Peter Brown for about 3 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, she then goes over to the door.
Hey, Harry. Thank you. And I don't mean the amazing sex. I mean the, talking. It helped a lot, actually.
Right back at you. I guess I'll see you at lunch.
If we survive. But yeah, seriously, I'll see you at lunch.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
And she opens the door.
It's a deep one! He leaps onto the bed and hides.
Meets a very done Aoife standing outside, and she's like, "Sorry, didn't really know. Good luck, I guess." And she's like, "Oh, don't worry about me. I'm not the one you should worry about."
Roll initiative.
Aoife steps in.
Yeah.
She doesn't say a word.
Yeah. Archie's hiding in the bed. Like, heads like this.
She walks in. She doesn't even look at Archie. She collects her very neatly packed things. And says, "Finally looking at you. I'll be moving this in to Mrs. Andrews's stateroom. If your little friend there is going to join you again tomorrow, I would like for her to hand over the key to her stateroom so that I'll have somewhere to stay and don't have to sleep on the couch again."
Sounds fair. Fair enough. I hope Peggy was taking good care of you.
Oh yes. Peggy took very good care of me. She did seem, a little bit upset that you decided to run off with the first female that you could set your eyes on. But that's none of my business, is it?
Now, see here. That was definitely not the first female I set my eyes on. There were several I set my eyes on.
Here. You are an immensely insensitive man.
Yes.
And you should probably tread a little bit careful next time you see Mrs. Andrews.
Why? Were you that much of a nuisance to her?
Oh, I wasn't.
Oh, heavens. I'll never understand. Very well, I shall take your warnings on board, and rest assured, no other events shall occur forthwith in this room. I shall have room service do a good number on it.
Just keep this in mind. If it had been Peggy walking off with some handsome fella right in front of you, disappearing into her room, I'm sure you'd feel delightful about that, wouldn't you? And then she leaves.
On his own, in the room, he mutters under his breath, "She already did."
Aww.
Hey, I didn't say he was correct, nor did I say he was a role model. He simply is. I want to roll to see if he remembers to put his underwear on, like underneath his pants. I guess you'll find out soon enough. I rolled 100.
I guess Archie's going commando today.
Yep.
Yep.
And zips weren't invented, my friends. Like, yeah.
I mean, did they even have underwear back in those days?
If they had in the Viking Ages, I think they did.
Could we say that while this was going on, that Iffy managed to sleight of hand all of Archie's underwear, and then as soon as she walks out of the room, she just throws it off overboard? Because I think that's something.
I will leave that decision to Lutra. Lutra, if Aoife did something to any of Archie's belongings, or anything petty, to get back at him, you just send me a message on Discord, and I'll let Rick know, and he'll find out later.
What do you mean? I'll let Rick know. He'll find out later. You'll not let Rick know.
Oh,
Rick
no.
will find out later.
Not underwear.
Oh god, wait, what? This sounds like one of those. Let me think on it.
Finger.
Let you think on it. What could be worse?
Wonderful.
Your pride.
Wonderful.
My socks.
Only your
Aoife-
right socks.
Aoife returns to Peggy's room, and she says that if it's not too much of a hassle, I'm going to leave my things here, just in case. And if Archie decides to repeat last night, I'll make sure to get the key of the young lady's room so that I'll have somewhere to sleep that isn't here and isn't a nuisance to you.
Is this after the breakfast and everything's
Yeah.
Peggy?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering if it was Lisa or Peggy.
No, it was Aoife.
You came for the monsters and you stayed for the drama. Fuck yeah.
Of course, no bother. Just better safe than sorry.
Aye. Besides, it means that all our notes is, gathered in one place.
Yes, quite smart. Yes.
Just as planned.
Yes.
I mean, you do have a stateroom that is quite big. There is a separate bedroom and sort of lounge room with the couch and such. So you actually had your own bedroom that you could go into sleep that was separate from where Aoife was sleeping. There is a knock on the door, though. And Lisa goes to open, and she says just a few words and returns with a little tray, and there's a letter on it. They said this was for you. And she hands it over. The stationery has little gold edgings on it. In kind of Art Nouveau-esque details. And there is a wax seal on it. No, it's not something you recognize. But yeah. And on the front it says, to Mrs. Andrews.
Takes out the letter and carefully opens it up.
Written in impeccable penmanship is a short letter saying, Dear Mrs. Andrews, I deeply appreciate the letter you sent last night and your words of warning. As a show of my gratitude, I would love to invite you to a shuffleboard game tomorrow. Let's see, at
Call him as Peggy.
after breakfast. Yours sincerely, Count Mikhail Andreevich Kurasov.
How do you spell that?
I will write it for you, and I'll write it in the chat actually, so that Lutrogen can note it down as well. Oh goodness.
I wonder what he has in arts and crafts.
Don't even! Swearing's doing this on purpose.
There you go.
The mighty
Itizu
power of
is the chat.
stationery.
And is it just Peggy or is it the group?
It's just Peggy.
Okay. No pressure. Does Peggy need a bodyguard? Of course Peggy needs a bodyguard. On the outside.
Yeah.
Okay, that is not how I was gonna spell it.
What does it say, Mace?
Oh,
Oh,
It's-
Mrs. Man. Yeah,
Miss Ma'am.
Miss Man. She says man.
Yeah.
Lisa remembers even if I don't.
Oh.
Well, Peggy gives her a bright smile and says, "Well, it looks like I've been invited to shuffleboard with a certain gentleman tomorrow."
Oh my, that's very exciting. The
Yes,
Count.
I should probably invite one of the. I think maybe Sergeant Thomas as a bodyguard just for show.
That sounds like a
of
very good
confidence.
idea.
Yes. What should I wear? And Peggy runs to her closet immediately and plans tomorrow. For tomorrow.
Montage.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Or is this too avant-garde? Or is this too peasant? Lower class peasant would be wrong.
Surely they don't call them peasants in that age.
No, exactly. That's right. Yeah.
Common.
Because lower class is so much better.
Horse.
I mean, it's like on the nose, you know, not just like the common class or the lower class. It's fucking
Does
peasants.
that look like I'm trying too hard? Which one is approachable but not too approachable?
Oh, look,
But also I
it's-
can take shuffleboard in.
Ooh, we should challenge the Russian Count on his Marxism. So how do you feel about
Troitsky.
the economic equality here?
I'm trying to make friends, not enemies.
Do it, because I can't do it, do it.
So,
means of production.
Sergeant Cooper, Marcel, and Archie for that matter, what are you doing after breakfast?
Well, after breakfast, after the little incident with Iffy, Archie's going to freshen up, get room service to tidy the bed, and make his way into the common room to see if he can find anyone.
Yep.
Marcel is pretty curious about cabin 53E, so he's gonna like go back there and snoop around, see if he sees anything.
On your own.
Is he gonna bring anyone?
Yeah, if Cooper comes along, maybe, but he doesn't really think there is anything real there.
I
Yes.
mean, chances are you've had a chat about this over breakfast.
True. I'll ask Monsieur Cooper, would you join me on another, how do you say, intel gathering?
Sure.
Very curious.
Wait for Archie. Maybe he can provide something as well.
Oh no, if you guys want to go on your own, I don't mind. That's healthier for me, I think.
That's not the point.
No.
Which we can wait for Monsieur Archie. Where is he, by the way?
If you,
I'm not seeing him.
I'm just gonna say that you're sitting in the lounge and Archie comes walking out. Also, Rick, what is it you have in front of you on the screen?
Oh, right, I switched to a word thing. Hang on.
Yeah, it's just
It
very
was dark
bright.
again.
There we go. Okay, yeah. You see Sergeant Cooper and Marcel is sitting in the lounge talking.
We wave him over.
Yeah, Archie's way too happy. He doesn't even walk around the sofa. He literally
He is
just,
looking downright chipper.
Yeah, he vaults over the top of the sofa and lands possibly between you, possibly to the side. Hello, chaps. What's going on?
You certainly look happy.
Well,
Had
of
a good
course.
night?
Yes, absolutely. One of the best nights I've had so far, in fact. Going to pay for it later, but right now I'm just glowing in the residual effects, shall we say?
The effects of Le Petit Noir? No?
The what?
Little Death?
The little... The what?
Does Archie speak French?
Nope, Spanish. Cooper, is he trying to threaten me, or is he
No.
flirting? I don't know what's going on.
I look over to Cooper and just lift my
Wiggle,
eyebrows
wiggle.
up and down. Eh?
Okay, is he having a stroke?
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Roll an intelligence, Archie.
Roll
He's trying-
intelligence!
Ask if you had sex.
Oh, right, I don't need to roll now.
Yeah.
My God. Oh! Oh, yeah, that's absolutely, yeah, no. And so did they.
Well, that is fortunate to know.
It's a good thing they had sex as well.
That's the thing. It's
That
just like
is,
someone walking past just said that.
Albert or something?
One-sided sex can be very boring.
Marty.
there is a word for that.
Yes, I'm sure it involves
Anyway,
something small
this is just
and
your
deaf.
keeper speaking from above.
Uh,
Or below.
So, what's the plan then? Obviously, you two are up to something. I can feel it in the air.
That's the only thing you can feel, apparently.
Dun 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 dun. Feel it. Sorry.
We regale him in our sleuthing.
Ooh,
Jeez.
yeah. Oh, what? Really? Oh, ooh, fantastic. Wouldn't have done that. But yeah, cool, brilliant. Alright, cool. What's the plan now?
We were just going to see if they are still in the cabin. No?
Yeah.
Should I get my lockpick kit?
Yes. I mean, just as a precaution.
But of course! I'm gonna go get my lockpick kit from my room and then meet them at 53A.
Monsieur Archie,
Yes?
don't do that again. Merci.
I will think about it.
Okay. So you head down to deck E and retrace your steps from yesterday to find cabin 53E. And yeah, do you listen at the door?
Huh? No. I just turn to the other two. Gents, if you want to just go around the corner there. Trust me.
Alright.
Okay.
Mhm.
He goes up to the door, unbuttons his jacket, cracks his fingers, and then in one swift motion he goes bang 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 bang, and then runs around the corner to where the other two are. And now we
Marcel
wait.
is just beaming, smiling.
Counts. Now we count to 10. Does anyone open the door?
No.
Looks pretty clear. Awesome. Then whips out his lockpick kit.
Okay, roll the bones.
Roll the
I
bones.
spit the air behind his head.
I decide to be unaware of this. It's still sleight of hand, isn't it? Or are you gonna make me roll for
Let's see. Yeah, unless you have like lockpick or something
I do.
specifically.
Oh, locksmith. It's locksmith.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I need 30.
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie's Dragon! Alright, don't let me down. Okay, alright, that settled on 58. So, I'm gonna
Well,
ask for a...
There is a reroll that has been.
was for Barbara, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, I claim this in the name of me. So that was at 18.
All right. It would seem that the lock on this door is a lot less intricate than the locks on the doors at the first deck, or deck A.
I just rasp this thing.
And with very little amount of fiddling, you hear that satisfying click, and the door is unlocked.
Yep. I step to one side and make this big gesture for the other guys.
You open the door.
Oh no, I just unlocked it. They can do that.
Yeah. Yeah. The door is now unlocked.
Was the door locked in the first place? Yeah. I warned them about that.
And yet you did.
Fellas, what do you do?
Marcel walks up to the door. Thanks, Archie. Does a little bow. And then slowly opens the door, I think.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Ren's just bringing up the stats of some horrible monster.
Cthulhu is in there.
Yeah.
Literally Cthulhu.
Yeah, in the
He's on-
bathtub, having a.
He's
a
on
bubble
vacation.
bath. He's on vacation. He's got a Hawaiian shirt and a straw hat.
He comes out with a towel around his waist, like.
Where
You
I
enter the
parked.
cabin, and
What?
it seems like it looks like there's a. It's a small room, and it only has one bed. And you look around and you see that there is another door. There's a door. There's two doors actually, in addition to the one you went through. There's one leading into what is a small bathroom. And the other one is locked.
While
Look
this
for
is
the keyhole.
while they are inside, Cooper's gonna stand in the doorway and I'm gonna stay guard outside.
What are you
I'll
gonna
knock.
do?
I'll knock on the wall if anyone comes.
Boom.
Cooper's
Marcel wants to.
just be ready. Just
What
in
was
case.
that, Eric?
Marcel wants to look through the keyhole of the locked door.
Yeah.
What is it with you and keyholes?
It's dark.
I am always on the lookout for the owl.
Yeah, I
It's
searched the room.
dark, so you can't really see anything.
Is there any lighting in here?
There is no electricity down here. There is a small oil lamp, though, on the table.
Sure, I got a lighter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna using my lighter because they'll know if the oil's been used.
Yeah.
They'll smell it in the air. I'm gonna have a quick look around the table, the desk.
There's no desk here. There is a small table.
Then I look around the small table.
And there is a suitcase under the bed.
Oh, I checked the suitcase.
I
The
check
suitcase
traps.
is not locked. You open it to find some clothes similar to the ones that you spotted on the other man in the room yesterday. And what looks like a used change of priest's garb. A little further rifling through the suitcase, and you find a 50-round box of 32 ammunitions.
Marcel does not take any of this.
Monsieur Bernel,
What?
could you do your magic on that locked door?
Sure. In my experience, it's best to look at what you have first. You never know if you'll find a key, for example. Found anything?
I found some clothes and what I believe is ammunition.
Really? What caliber? Is it big, small?
It's a bullet.
And I rattle it a little bit.
It
Right.
doesn't take you much to recognize that kind of ammunition.
They just hold it out the door for 2 seconds. 32.
Yep. 32 parabellum.
It just smells the air. 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Cool.
Just enough powder.
What do I find?
Where do you look? On the table? And
Small table.
there's nothing on the table.
Right, thank you.
Yeah,
Is there anything else in the room that's obvious?
a bed.
I check behind the pillows.
Yeah, there's a book under the pillow.
Does it look like it's made of human skin?
Nope,
Child's dreams, broken promises?
it does not.
Is it a tome?
It is a rather small book with a red cover,
Uh-huh.
and it reads, if I can say this right, Bolsheviksche revolution kampanje, or something. And and that's underneath a title written in Russian. So, or in Russian alphabet. So, yeah. So actually, it just reads in Russian, but you can kind of recognize some of the Cyrillic alphabet. So you can kind of recognize something that looks a little bit like revolution and Bolshevik-ish stuff.
Is there a
but
big red star on it?
not on the outside, but if you open it, there is.
Okay. I think Archie thinks for a second and then makes a decision. He goes over to where the sergeant is. Sergeant, could you see if you can get the ship's security or guards at all?
Sure.
These boys have got some 32, as you know, and they're also... he holds the red book up. I think they're here to maybe make a political statement,
Oh.
if I'd have to guess.
Yeah. If we alert the guards, the ship guards, you might want to put everything back.
Why? We'll just say that we heard some struggling inside.
I need all of you to roll a listen.
I'm getting stressed. I'm not
86.
That's a 9.
I'm gonna push it because I'm paranoid.
Oh,
What?
What did Teddy? What did you roll?
you roll
18.
Oh, that'll do.
fine.
So-
Here's
And
pop again.
Eric rolled 6. Was it
9.
9?
Good
Yeah.
lord. I don't need to do anything.
Marcel is the one who hears it. There is the sound of one of those heavy doors in the corridor being opened. And
Chap.
footsteps. And because you
immediately-
rolled so well, you hear Russian being spoken.
I immediately sit. They're coming.
Get out!
Okay. I need you all to roll a luck roll.
Okay, I'm gonna.
It's a 38.
That's pretty good.
Ah,
I love these dice. I've never used these dice.
Ooh.
The dice are with me today.
Yeah, I got 97.
97?
Uh,
Time to
34.
ride or die.
Yeah.
I don't think I can put this stuff back as it should have been long enough, and me dallying about it has caused me to lose some time.
Yeah. You put the stuff back, but it's certainly not the
It's gonna
same
get
way it
noticed.
was.
I can't remember.
As you leave, you have this feeling in your gut that they're gonna know that someone's been in their room. But there's nothing you can do about it now. You do, however, manage to get out and go through one of the other doors of the corridor, because they clearly seem to have come in through the entrance at the bottom of the T section. So you manage to get yourself through the door at the end of the corridor, just in time to dodge them. Do you stay to listen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Sergeant, if we don't put this down now, they are going to cause our big fucking kerfuffle.
yes. So you guys stay here. I get the ship guard.
You've got the gun.
Then you get the ship guard.
Looks at Marcel. Looks back at Cooper. Looks at Marcel. Fuck. Fine.
So you're just going to go and explain that you broke into someone's cabin?
Yes.
Fair.
That's not what we're going to explain.
No, stop trying to put words in our mouth. Anyway, I'm going to go and tell them that I broke into someone's cabin.
Cooper's gonna quickly tell him that Peggy and Cooper already talked to the ship purser
Yeah.
person. Yeah. So we already have a suspicion, and you can say we.
In that
Just
sense, it might be better to send Marcel, just as
Yeah.
Cooper would and Marcel might think that it's a good idea to send one of the people who was already there.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Marcel goes to tell
Yeah.
security.
We heard him speak Bolshevik.
I want the two of you who stay behind to roll a listen.
Oh, cool. I got...
And
big
then
fucking
a spot
giant
hidden.
there.
Listen and
Spot hidden.
the spotting.
Yes. Because this is both visual and audio cues.
I didn't get a listen. I got 20 over. But I did get 40 for
Spot hidden.
spot hidden, and I'm on 54. So
Yeah.
I got that one.
And Thomas managed to listen.
Yeah, but to watch the spot
Yeah.
hidden.
Jesus, see no evil,
Right.
hear no evil.
Oh, but
So-
yeah, we're like.
The eyes and the ears. Archie. Thomas, because you managed to listen. You hear the tone of the conversation very quickly changes when three men, from what you can see, approach the door. And it changes from a seemingly relaxed tone or casual tone to what sounds like urgency and alertness. Archie, you see that they pull out the key to unlock the door only to find it already unlocked. And as you watch them walk in, the voices are getting louder and more urgent.
They're pissed.
And there's a sense of panic among them. One of the ones that didn't wear the priest's garb goes out again and is looking around. I need you both to roll another luck roll.
Been so many rolls.
Yeah.
Yes! I got it. I passed. I'm lucky.
What did you roll, Teddy?
I rolled a 76 out of 53.
Okay.
Push, you motherfucker, push!
You can't push luck rolls.
No! No!
Uh,
Why are you so big and useless?
the man who's exited the cabin seems to spot you through the crack of the door, or spot some movement because he starts moving towards you.
Go on, compound it. Compound it. Just turn to me and say, "Do you think he saw me?"
What do you do?
Punch Archie.
Yeah, what there's punch Archie. What? That might actually work.
Okay, so, I'm hiding behind the door.
Yeah, the door is basically just slightly cracked open, and he's clearly seen that it's open and seen some movement there.
Ah, I've got an idea. Does Archie notice the guy coming?
No.
Fuck off! Jesus, Mary! Why did I roll for spot hidden?
Because that was earlier. Well, actually, no, you can roll a spot hidden again, both of
Oh,
you.
thanks.
Okay. Oof.
41. I see it coming.
Yeah, I see
Yeah,
it too.
you both see that he spotted you.
Awesome. I punch Cooper in the face.
Oh.
I literally turn around and say, punch him in the face and say, "You say that again! You say that again, you French fuck! I dare you!"
I tumble out the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going with it. Like, literally, like, really try to... Yeah, with Archie fighting, it's more like a closed fist, but then it's also... Because that hurts. It's just slaps. Really stupid white man fighting.
Oh, bloody fucking Brit!
You see that he obviously sees you, and he's hesitating. But you see that it, he just looks at you, and then he turns around and starts talking quite firmly and loudly in Russian, and is moving back towards the cabin.
Yeah. See? See, I got witnesses! See that? Everyone's gonna know about you now, you thick pickpocket scum.
He's joined by the two others.
Me!
He's joined by the two others, and one of them has a gun.
Whoa, easy. Easy there, Chief. Sorry. We're sorry. He started it. Points at Cooper.
I stand up and sort of lean against the wall. Oh, what do?
Now, maybe you should think more when, before you actually start stealing stuff from someone that's better than you. Huh?
And I keep my hand. He keeps his right hand close so he can quickly pull out his own gun if it.
Awesome.
And that
What?
is where we're going to wrap it up tonight.
I have 75 in fast talk, and that's where I'm going next, ladies and gentlemen.
So, that's going to be an intense cliffhanger to start on next time.
God, I hope I don't roll terrible.
Especially with the roll I just made.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Actually. Poor
Very
Ivy's
nice.
just like, well, why?
Red,
Yeah.
why don't you roll my fast talk for me? And not tell me the result. Because that way I can't, like, prep it and make it better for next time.
No, I want to save it for the next time for the stream.
Shit.
We plan for the next day,
I
but
just read the chat.
point.
Hold down.
Archie should pull down his pants for a surprise.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a... Do I get a bonus die for that? If he literally goes on about, like, this is what he stole, yank. He's the underpants thief.
Okay, before we wrap up, I want you to roll a fast talk.
Oh, yeah, now I want to do it. Alright, fine.
Yeah, and you get a bonus die.
I don't need it.
You don't need it.
No, I don't need it.
What did you
I
roll?
got 18.
You got 18.
I'm tempted to actually pound down with around 16
roll the
luck.
bonus die.
What? What?
What is it?
Makes it 8.
That's a good thing.
What? Hey, are we doing this now? Are we doing this now? Are you
No,
gonna...
but please note it down.
What?
You rolled.
Do I need
And
to?
write down the idea for it.
I will. Okay, it's gonna
And
be
you will
underpants
have
now.
to tune in 2 weeks to see what the result of this is.
It's gonna be...
Missions approach Archie and Cooper. Cooper
Also,
removes
Badger
his
Hanno says,
shirt,
Badger Hanno
and
says,
Archie removes his pants.
only if you want Archie to offend all the turtles in the sea.
Fuck them turtles. They work for Cthulhu.
Ooh!
Excuse
Oh!
you, sir.
Them's fighting words.
It would be brilliant if Archie did this amazing fast talk, got them both out of trouble, nay, made friends with the enemy, and then fucking Marcel comes back and says, "It is okay, the guys, I have got to tell all of the security, they're coming." Oh, mad.
Marcel
Even
comes
Cthulhu
back
would think
with the
that would
security,
be too much.
Yeah.
and there's gun down everyone. Every single one.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Oh, wonderful. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. We will be back again in 2 weeks for the next episode of Dangerous Cults and Where to Find Them. In the meantime, I hope you'll have a wonderful week and be sure to answer the call.
Bye!